On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, have you seen the Happy Meal Original Squishmallows Collection 2025? We're here to unbox and review them and then chop them on up into the kitchen and make some delicious Squishmallows Rice Krispie Treats with. Is that supposed to be edible? I don't think so. So there's 12 original Squishmallows to find. Join in as we discover the collection and maybe try to eat it.
Squirrel Stampede!
Please, Squike!
Squash Share!
And Squirrel Live!
This is the 2025 McDonald's Happy Meal Original Squishmallows Collection. I picked up as I'm really hungry, and I thought I could use them to make a delicious Rice Krispie Treats a little bit later on. So there are 12 of these, I think, and the best way to tell which is in what is the color on the back of the pack. We have a rainbow of Squishmallows to collect, and so we say have a lot of squish to do. There might be some codes on the back here too, but if you eat enough Happy Meal, you'll get them all. So we'll just do our best and go through the rainbow of mellow of squish, starting with red. Nice wax paperish plasticking packaging. Let's get our first mellow of squish out. Bah! I think it's some sort of weird red butterfly bird. Or is it a moth? The name is Mirin. Mirin helps other mallows find jobs. Okay. I will say this for this Squishmallow, it's not the classic mallow feel. It is more of, I think, just probably fabric cotton in there. It just doesn't squish like they do in larger scale. It's just kind of a bummer. But it's cute. And that one actually did match its packaging. I wonder if that'll be a theme. So we go to pink. Pink. And what do you know? These things are roly-tippy. It's either very sickly candy corn or maybe it's a flamingo. Its name is Cookie. Cookie is an aspiring botanist fascinated by flowers. I'm not the type of Squishmallow fan to know their names and remember them, but this one, I just can't hold them. It's pretty cute too. I guess this one's orange. I don't have an actual orange backer. It's the closest in the rainbow. Who's it gotta be? But I almost thought squirrel, but I think it's Yorkie. Stefan. Is this the guy from SNL News? Stefan is a certified scuba diving instructor. Who comes up with this? What? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, if this was dogs versus squirrels and you had a scuba dog, I'd believe it, but this has nothing to do with scuba diving. And there's actually 2 tan packages. So that's our first tan. This is our second. What do we got? Very light colored. Oh, it's a cutie cat. And I think that's the one that's on the back of the box over there. Yeah, that's the one on the box. The one on the box. So at least I now know for sure I have the 2025 collection. I like the tail print on the back of that one. What's its name? Cam. Cam loves to build forts and go to the beach. Oh, I like to go to the beach. Cool. But what cat really does want to go to the beach? That, again, the bio doesn't match the style. Might be top 5. We'll see though. We've got a lot to open. I wonder if this next blue one is that really cool spacey axolotl. It could be, but there's several other things in here. Most likely though, it's this bluebird right here, you would think. And it is. These are pretty easy to pick from. So this cute little bird is named Babs. How I go from reviewing Red Death to Babs, I just don't know. Babs here is writing her very own sci-fi comic. Okay, so she might just like some of the things we do at Squirrel Stampede. Like this Megatronus figure that totally got bumped for Squishmallows. How insulting, Megatronus. And I think with this one, with yellow, we are back on the traditional rainbow, moving past the tans. With our next yellow pack, probably the corn. It is the corn. This is my second corn, by the way. At first, I was kind of like, yeah, whatever, but now I'd probably put it at top 3 because I kind of like the weirder Squishmallows. This one is Junie, and Junie loves planning events and like family reunions and barbecues, okay? And she probably gets eaten and consumed and ripped apart with your teeth, just shredded at the family barbecue. You might want to change your hobby there. So 2 packs of green. We'll take the lime green from the zombie. Or is that more of an avocado green? That's more of a lime. This is avocado. We continue on. Okay, I like cactus stuff. Cactus stuff, always my fave. Ooh, maybe it was like that old Digimon show. There is something about a cactus character I like. This is Maritza. Maritza is always the first to welcome a new neighbor. Okay, that's weird too, like spiny. It's like, hey, new neighbor, Spinia. I'd probably put in my favorites pile. We'll do a favorites pile here, the 6 best and the 6 worst as we get towards the end. But we've got several more. This is the, did I say lime green pack? Lime green pack, so it's gotta be the cats versus pickle right there, right? That's gotta be what it is. And it is a pickle, and this might be the best one for the Happy Meal, as there's probably pickles on your hamburger. Charles is the name. I like the name. Charles isn't always doodling in his sketchbook. So am I. Let's bring out the Squirrel Stampede sketchbook. Yay! Actually, I think this week is kind of embarrassing what I drew and tried to draw. How to Train Your Dragon. I mean, even drawing from memory, this Toothless looks nothing like a Night Fury. Kind of like what I did with Belch and Barf. There might be my favorite. Hook Fang is okay too. The Deadly Nader is a little spiky, a Gronkle there. I think that's supposed to be a Skrill. This is where deep memory goes to die. Fireworm, that's a Thunder Drum next. The Book of the Dragon's author would really like my help in the illustration department. Yeah, I don't even know what that is. This could be either like a Whispering Death or one of those guys. I do like the Zippleback in roll mode. That's also my favorite. Red Death went really wrong. Actually, not bad. What really went wrong was the Bewilder Beasts. Yeah, so, yeah, I gotta look at some Bewilder Beasts and give it a second go. And they're being attacked by a Viking ship. Anyhow, just like Charles, I am always doodling in a sketchbook. Gotta go with blue next on the Tree of Rainbow. Probably getting close to maybe this guy. He looks really cool. There's only a few in here that I really like. The rest are kind of just like, yeah, okay. And there we go. I really like this one. A monster, right? Some sort of monster? Rorty. Are these guys like in the Squishmallows show or something? I don't know the lore. I'm sorry, I don't know the lore. Rorty dreams of starring in his own rom-com one day. Are these AI generated? You wonder. He is one of my favorites. A little more clever design with this one, and a little bit of a floof tuff. A little floof tuff on top of his head. Good one. Alright, now we can move on into the Purple and Violet collection. What are we gonna find in this group? I will say they did a great job picking a color wheel with characters of choice. Although I would have loved to have seen a Happy Meal Squishmallow box. Some more like themed Happy Meal stuff is the better way to go. Like last month's delicious dish, this beautiful potion drink. Oh, this spacey axolotl! This one is gonna be pop. I think this one will probably be the one people will race to get, and or corn. But this guy here, extra detail with the shimmering galactical fabric mapping on it, little tongue sticking out, little axolotl frills. Backside there is so spacey. So spacey. Oh, this is the first time I actually noticed the tag. For the tag people out there, you got your original Squishmallows tag plus the name, Haley, and 2025 Jazzwares. Jazzwares? I forgot they did these. Here, I should be reviewing their Star Wars action fleets, and I am working on their Squishmallows. So Haley also on the tag, and if you're clipping the tags, you would still know who it is by the other tag. Haley is the captain of an intergalactic baton twirling team. Oh, that's odd. For a minute there, I thought Haley was an intergalactic Stitch hunter. So Haley, definitely top 6 pile, but I don't know where my piles are yet. I have to open 2 more here. Another, what is this, mauve? What's the color mauve? It's just more fun to say. And, well, I think it could be a good one. From its backside, oh, I dropped it. It's a bat. I like bat squirrels a lot, so this is a good one. Top 6, teethy, wingy, a little extra detail with those wings and ears. Some of these just feel a little more priority than others. Well, a good color, a good design, a good squishmallow. Zoomy Rez throws the best fiestas in town. Fiesta maker, huh? Well, a good color, a good design, a good squishmallow. Which leaves us to our last. That went really fast. It goes fast when you don't have action features on these things. And so is it visible on the back? It has to be this weird looking leopard thing. I think that's gotta be it. That's gotta be the last one. Everything else, I don't know who that was, but everything else is highly detailed on the package. So there it is. Flap, and it jumped. They all want to jump to their doom. So we got this cute little one. This is kind of like a flavorful, fun squirrel. And it doesn't have a tag. Oh no, I can't share its backstory. The lore of this one has been removed. Oh, but we at least know its name. Its name is Ross. So if any of you have a Ross and you would like to share its bio in the comments, please do. We don't know. The bio I'll give it to is Ross is a squirrel who washed all his laundry in a mixed up pile and came out this way. Okay. So a good group together. When I had pulled my first corn, I wasn't sure about this collection, but now seeing it all together, there's a lot of really fun Squishmallows in here. So we got to organize by favorites. I'll just cut it down the middle in between the zombie. We're gonna have our top 6 and our bottom 6. Okay, for top 6, definitely the sketching pickle. For bottoms, not really interested in the bluebird. For tops, certainly Haley the axolotl. That is probably the best one in the series. And for bottoms, I'm just not a big fan of the corgi, if that's what that is. For tops, this little monster dude is really quite cool. I like that one. And for bottoms, this flamingo, whatever. For tops, I like the corn one. The corn on the cob Squishmallow fits that picnic theme of fun. Now it's getting kind of challenging. I've got to maybe make some difficult decisions here. The bat has to go into the top collection. That's 5 over here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have to choose one of these 3 to go into the top collection and the other 2 to go into the bottom. Oh, this is tough. I really do like cactuses, so I'm going to pull this guy, the leopard dude, into the lower. Maybe because it didn't have a tag. And so here we go. Which one is going to make it into the top collection? And which one is going to make it into the bottom collection? Oh boy. I'm gonna surprise you. I'm gonna put the moth in the top collection. If this is indeed a moth, I think it just slightly edges the poor cactus out. But maybe the cactus is the top of the bottom collection. Did you get all that, zombie? No, he did not! And he wants our brains! He wants our brains! Well then, let's head to the kitchen where we will make a delicious treat. Original Squishmallows are not for human consumption. Do not eat original Squishmallows. The following cooking show is complete nonsense. Okay, you guys, here we are in the Squirrel Stampede kitchen, and we have a lot to do. Honestly, though, I have never made Rice Krispies Treats before. They're the type of thing that usually just appears in the kitchen on trays. I have no idea what we're doing. Luckily, I've enlisted some help from Lazy Kitty 10K. So the first thing I thought we were going to do was just to kind of throw in all the Squishmallows into the tray, the baking tray, but that immediately filled it up, so I think we gotta go backwards. It's also important to clip off the tags on the Squishmallows. We do not want to be choking on the tags. So in making this dish, remove those tags. Then we can get into the real creation of this meal by getting the butter ready. So it says about 3 tabs of butter should do you in, and melt those up into a saucepan. This is a part of Squishmallow Marshmallow Treats that I have never seen before, and maybe you as well. Melting that butter good and hot. And while Lazy Kitty 10K is melting that butter, I've got to count up 40 large-sized marshmallows to get into the mixture. So I've opened up a bag here, and I've got to count out 40 marshmallows. It's tricky because you want to eat half of them while you're doing this. But you have to stay focused because the final meal will be all for it.
I think that's
Alright you guys, now we've got to dump in the marshmallows into the butter mixture in our saucepan here. We are boiling it up hot. You gotta be careful, things get a little bit sticky from now on. And in fact, how do people usually do this? I mean, do you just dump the whole thing in there? Do you start with a few marshmallows and then add more? I don't know, we're new to this. So we're just gonna keep mixing this up. And this might be a time to check out one of the Squishmallows inside the mixture. Let's try out Rossi here. We'll dump Ross into the Squishmallow mixture and see if it melts on up with the material. Well, it looks like the leopard Squishmallow does not want to melt just yet into the mixture. It looks super delicious though. I can smell the flavor of the purple spots coming off of Rossi here. Really quite delicious, but we're running out of room in the saucepan, so we're gonna pull it out for a moment. Oops. So now we have our marshmallow mixture pretty well mixed up, and I've got to measure out some Rice Krispies into some cups. They say in this recipe we need at least 6 cups of Rice Krispies. This thing only measures up to 4, so I'll have to do one of these and then another, or something like that. And I'll dump this into this pan so we could just transfer a little bit easier and then measure out a little more. This is another part where maybe we can get the Squishmallows into the Rice Krispies by just kind of mixing them up, but it's still kind of clumsy. So this is the challenging most part of making Rice Krispie Treats. We've got to dump in all the treats of crisp into the melted mallow and then start dropping in the Squishmallows too at some point. There's a lot going on in this process. In fact, I think we've got too much Rice Krispie going on, so we'll probably be dumping in some smaller marshmallows here and there to boost up the mixture. Of course, once again, our saucepan is a little bit small for all this action, and it's making it really difficult to mix up. So we'll just once again take the Squishmallows out, set them here on this clean uncountertop. This one here got really sticky. What happened? This is so sticky but so delicious. If you could just smell the flavor coming from this one, you would want to eat it immediately. Alright, so we're all mixed up on the saucepan and we're ready to transfer on over to the glass tray. We've got a nice little baking tray or just serving tray for everyone to dig on into. And at this point, some of the Squishmallows are mixed up, some will be adding in. And we'll just kind of spread all our new freshly soft Rice Krispie Mellow Marsh into this serving tray. The trick is to distribute the Squishmallows here and there around the tray so that anyone who wants one, and you will want one, you'll want to eat that whole Squishmallow into that tray. So we'll just mix those up as best as we can. It's a little tricky because we're not professionals in Rice Krispie Treat making. Lazy Kitty 10K and I are doing our best. I believe there's some extra ingredients you can place in to make the mixture a little softer. We're having a little difficulty with it being extra tough and crunchy, but it's still deliciously tasty. So let's spread these out through these trays. Looking good, looking good. Use your color wheel, your color management, to distribute the Squishmallows throughout the tray in various patterns. And there we go, a delicious original Squishmallows Rice Krispie Treat tray. Oh, that looks so delicious. Would you like some? Would you like to share some with us? I bet you can smell it right off screen, can't you? Oh, delicious. So now let's take these and cut them open and take a bite. And I will take a bite out of this one. Oh, and it's delicious, delicious. Who would have thought original Squishmallows Happy Meals would mixture up so well with Rice Krispie Treats? And so here it is, a full bite of a giant Squishmallow, getting this all in. Taking this all in. It is so delicious. I am so full with marshmallow squish. You kind of have to pack it all into your squirrel cheeks to get the full effect, where there is a flavorful explosion of Squishmallows and Rice Krispie Treats. You may feel the need to regurgitate, but just keep pushing it in, just keep pushing it in. And like that, it is gone. I have completed the meal. That was delicious. So if you like to make your own original Squishmallows Rice Krispie Treats, just pick up a recipe and do what we did today. Just remember, it's so delicious, you might just need surgical amputations later. And so that is the very questionable, digestible original Squishmallows from Happy Meal this month. If you like today's video, please give us a squike, squirrel live, squamment your favorite Squishmallow you saw today. And check out these two videos that YouTube is recommending. Thanks for watching. That's what I have to say about that.